Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it. In this walk, you guys, we are usually quite aware of where we are, health wise, right? We are aware of what we're going through at the time that we're going through it. And if you have not already established, and if you're watching this video, 9 times out of 10, you have already established where you're trying to go, whether it is to regain optimal health or to maintain a certain level of health. You know what your health goal is. And we want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can in life to progress, to move forward, to move towards our health goals in life. When you're moving through, I've found in life, not just in health, but in everything, whether it's finances, careers, relationships, just anything that you can imagine in your life, when you are moving towards a certain goal or trying to progress towards a certain desired result or a place in life, there are times, right, where we experience great times of blessings and where favor is upon us and we can be moved. We can be transitioned from point A to point F or point A to C, and we get to skip a step or some steps in life. There are times in life where people get to experience, where we all get to experience maybe going from A to Z, right? That's a miracle where you get to just jump and then boom, there you are. You have your desired results. But most often, 9 times out of 10, most people don't get to experience that with everything. They have to go from point A to point B to from point B to point C, from point C to point D, and so on until they get to the desired result. And what I would like to talk to you today is about going from point A to point B or wherever you are in your walk. You may be at your, point, E, but to move from point E to point F, that's what we're going to talk about. When you're going from one step to the next plateau, to the next step, to the next level, it may seem like, well, it's just the next one. But in between there is a lot. There is a lot of opposition. There is a lot of self doubt. There's a lot of exhaustion. There's a lot of effort. There's a lot right there in between that. And that's what I want to talk to you about. And we'll make it really quick. Um, but I have found that to go from one step to the next step, no matter what the step is in life, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot in your effort and your time. It may cost you in your money, but it's going to cost you in your emotions. It's going to cost you. It may cost you sleep, but it's going to cost you. There's no way to get to where you want to go to without exerting, without paying prices for it. But I do want to assure you that it's worth the cost if it's going to get you the desired result that you are looking for. But in that, there's going to be oppositions. There are going to be things that come up against you that's going to try to keep you pushed down and not allow you to go from one level to another level, to try to keep you suppressed, to try to keep you weighted down, to make you feel like you need to stay in your place of comfort, to stay in that level that you are at, to make you think that the next level is unattainable. First of all, I would like to assure you that most often it is an illusion. Most often it is just that it's opposition trying to weigh you down. But that if you can push past that and make it to the next level, you're closer to attaining that which may sometimes seem unattainable or may seem like it's attainable, it's just far away, it's out of your reach. But every step that you take will help you get closer to reaching that goal that you are trying to attain. But in that, you're going to feel like you're going to want to quit. You're going to doubt yourself. It's going to feel overwhelming, and it's going to require force, brute force to get from one level to another level. And even once you attain that level, and when you get there, you might say, whew, I got here, right? And there may be a place where you become comfortable. It's easier to get comfortable at a level and to feel like you've arrived and you got there, and to get used to it, where that level now becomes normal. But to get up to that level takes a whole lot more. It usually takes more time, more effort, more everything to get there than it does take to adjust to that. But once you adjust to that, just because you did that doesn't mean that you've arrived. Now you have to put forth another level, a greater level of force, a greater level of energy. And what it took to get from level A to level B may not look like what it takes to get from level B to level C. Okay? It may require more of you. And sometimes you may say, you know what, I've gone from level to level to level. I put in the fight. I've invested the energy, the time, the money, everything I needed to do to get my health from here to here to here to here. And now I'm here, right? And you may think it's taken too much to get to the next level. But I want to assure you, you can get to the next level. It's going to take greater than it took you on all the other levels down there. But it's going to be worth it, just like all those little levels that you've accomplished. It was worth it. It got you to a greater place, right? But sometimes when you get here, you get tired because you're tired of being tired, right? Because at each level, it tires you out trying to push past, use all your energy. You're pushing with everything that's in you, with all your might to get to that next level. And eventually you get to a couple levels, you're like, whoo, I don't know, maybe I should stay down at that last level. You know, what I've accomplished so far, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I want to tell you, it's not optimal. You guys, you and I have got to keep pushing until we get what we're looking for. But just because you've reached one level does not mean that you don't have to push even harder for the next level. In fact, it means you do have to push even harder for the next level. But I want to encourage you, keep pushing. Keep doing what you got to do, because you can get it one day at a time. And when you're moving forward and you're progressing, sometimes you're going to take big steps. Apply for that. Yay, right? I took a big step. Sometimes you're going to feel like an inchworm, like you're just inching along. Apply for that. Yay, I'm inching along. Sometimes it's going to look like I'm not progressing at all. But you have to know that everything you're doing is working for you. Even though it doesn't look like, you have to know that you're progressing. Even though everything is saying I'm not progressing, you have to know you are progressing. And don't think that you're not progressing because you don't see movement. Sometimes the movement is so small, it's so minute, you can't tell that you're moving, but know that you are progressing and that you are moving forward. In all things, remember, do you. Thanks for watching. Bye.